Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
What's up, guys? Today we are installing.
Replacing some junk.
Yeah, we're replacing.
I don't understand that.
There's honestly some things on this car that really just don't make any sense.
That's
and this piece of wood, MDF that has functioned as a speaker basket for
who knows how
the
long.
speaker for an indefinite amount of time. It just doesn't really make any sense to us.
No. So
We're gonna be replacing that.
well, also real quick, this is the factory speaker plug. As you can see, it is not plugged in. Someone tapped some cute little lines right here to go to the speaker, and like, I mean, I get it. Sometimes that's necessary, but with this car, it's not, because you can purchase right here, Metra 72-7401 speaker harness fits Nissan, and like that looks same to me.
Yeah, we ordered this off of Crutchfield.
Yep.
Along with
some speaker brackets. So hopefully we can eliminate these, because we got a couple of new speakers to put in, and the new speaker basket is actually too big for the MDF. So we can't use it.
So hopefully we're not putting our foot in our mouth, because
well,
the
we're not
magnet
on the
is
wiring.
pretty large on the new speaker.
We're definitely not on the wiring.
Yeah, the magnet is pretty large on the speaker, but I do think that that adapter is gonna work.
I mean, it looks like the exact correct thing. It says it's for this particular vehicle, you know. Let's get this speaker out of here real quick.
Yeah.
I like how I'm like taking the screw out and then you just see like wood falling. You know, like you just see a bunch of like wood falling out of it.
And these are what, Alpine Type S, right?
I think so. Yeah,
so what we're gonna do is eventually take a look and see what's in the back.
I think there's nothing in the back on this car. I can't remember though.
Are there no rear speakers at all?
I don't think there's any at all, but it does have a spot right there for 2 6.5s.
Huh. So you can add speakers if you want.
Because this was the performance package car.
Correct.
So I think they saved.
I actually wasn't mad at the sound when I played the music the other day, to be honest.
Did you?
Yeah, when I was moving the car around.
I don't think I ever made any noise out of this. Yeah, this is a Type S. So let's go ahead and...
Definitely a much smaller magnet.
Much smaller.
But there's plenty of space back here, so.
Okay, I'm not gonna kill myself doing this. We'll get it off later. This is also jank, so we're just gonna...
Yoink.
Got that off. Great. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and replace this
Alpine Type S.
poor bit of wiring.
So we will put this over here.
It's kind of funny because they use the OEM bolts to put the MDF speaker back in.
You know what? I'm gonna put it in the back because I've got a lot of stuff back. Yeah, that's a good spot for it. Right on top of the hood vents, which we will put on eventually.
All right, and you can literally see this is no joke. It's just
Nice frisbee, little discus. Boom.
maybe it's not so good. But like I said, we have, let's get this out of the way. First, let's go ahead and tuck our wiring back over here where it belongs. There we go. And we're gonna disconnect this kind of silly splice job. Might have to grab a small screwdriver.
Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe not. It was taped up, so not exactly a ton of grabbing space. That looks good, huh?
Jeez.
There we
How
go.
did it function?
Well, I mean, they soldered it to it, which I mean, like, I guess it makes sense, but also
Why?
it's not really necessary for this application. Like I said, you can just buy. Like, how much did this stuff cost you?
$31 shipped?
Shipped, you know?
Yeah.
So what's the point? Like, honestly, just spend a little bit of money. Grab one of these guys out. And then you have a nice piece that you literally just plug in. and then you just connect the big wire spot to the big wire spot and the little wire spot. Like, It's so much more work to go through the process of doing all this.
Yeah.
When you could just, I think these were like $7.
Yeah, they're cheap.
Yeah, they're super cheap.
They're
So
cheap.
just buy the little connector if you have them available for your car, please.
No, so how do we run? Do we run this through here or?
It's
just
going
tuck
to.
it?
It probably originally had like a little mount somewhere, but if we need to, we'll zip tie it up and then get it where it needs to go. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
But let's get the speaker ring on so we can start seeing where stuff has to go.
Yes, indeed.
Wire cutters open bags.
Yes, they do. Kind of.
I mean, it's open. All right, so we have a bunch of little clips, some bigger screws for, I believe, the speakers. We do have a cute little. There we go. Huh. They want us to run the speakers through the back of it forward. It's kind of interesting. But let's take a look at our speaker ring. So these are made by Scosche. I guess part number is 5580. But let's go ahead and line it up and look at that.
Good.
It's gonna fit great. So we're gonna go ahead and take a quick look at this and see how they want us to mount this, because like I said, it looks like they actually bolt the speaker in like with actual bolts.
Yeah.
Which is nice, huh? So we're gonna take a quick look at this and then we will get right back to you.
Yep. Okay, we got the bracket in.
We had to do a little bit of modification here. You can see you have to cut the part of it off. It's not perfect. Life. Had to open up the holes a little bit, but these are in now. Wires are on behind. I have a washer. Washers solve problems. Solve all the problems ever created to man. See, and if you just hold it up in that corner there.
Hmm. So the spacing was off just a tad.
Just a little bit. It's kind of to be expected. You know, this stuff's not...
This is universal stuff.
It is universal stuff, but for universal stuff to fit that, well, it's pretty good actually.
Yeah.
But you can see I have these little guys. They actually don't have little screw heads or anything. They just slide behind, and you can kind of align your speaker with the various holes it has to find the correct positioning for it. So that's what we're gonna do. Got two more of these little guys because I did find 4 spots that line up, so it'll actually at least be like
That's pretty good.
super secure, you know. We're also going to hook up our new connectors that we should never have to cut off. And if you're wondering why we're using the old speaker, it's because it's the correct size and the other ones were not.
It's because Albert didn't measure the new speaker, and the new one is a 7 1/4, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Whereas the proper size is a 6 1/2.
So, here we go. So I'll go ahead and get a nut and a washer on here. If you want to hold that for me, just hold it there. Thank you.
There you go. Use a screwdriver to push it in. Here, use this one.
Yeah, you have the perfect flathead.
And then you can
That will work.
use that for the top guy too.
Yep, that works great.
Use the top guy and push
Yep.
it.
There we go. But like that's solid. Like that's not going anywhere, you know?
Yep.
One of the good things about doing stuff like this, things like this, as they get wet, I know it's still funny to look at, right? I like that they painted like one side, or is that like Sharpie?
It looks like Sharpie.
It kind of looks like Sharpie, yeah. So the good thing about doing stuff like this is that when you mount stuff to this type of material, it can still be loose. If you have speakers with a lot of like bass in them,
Yeah.
it will eventually rattle its way loose. But when you have something like this, like that's not moving anywhere. So you're gonna end up with a lot less like door rattles and stuff like that than something like this, where you could have like this whole very even surface doing this kind of motion as you play your music. So whenever you can, like I said, I did have to modify this a little bit. Really not a big deal.
Not at all.
A set of dikes, cut the little corner off, done, easy. Open the holes up a little bit. But this is super solid now. So
Yeah.
like, and it's just plugged in properly.
It's great.
So while we didn't get new speakers, these still function. And
They sound great. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna get any music through them.
but you can try at least. So
So
it's solid. It's now actually mounted. Later down the line, we'll probably pick up some new speakers that actually fit, that weren't a gift. But not only that, actually, you can see how thick this is. Look how much height that introduces into this area.
That's very interesting that was even a choice. I just don't get it.
I
don't
mean,
get why a corner like that
if it's a you need it right now, I guess, and you have like a fat stack of MDF and a circle saw or whatever, you know, live your life. But like, there's just kind of better ways to mount and secure things in your car. So,
for sure.
That's all done here. We're gonna go ahead and get the other side done, but you saw how this side went together, so that's how you do it.
Yes, indeed. So that is going to do it for our. That's going to do it for our speaker basket and wiring install video.
Yes.
Let us know if you guys have any questions about it. It was a pretty straightforward process, as Indy has described.
Yeah.
We're one step closer to having this thing put together properly.
Yeah, it has definitely been a bit of an ordeal, but it's getting there, you know?
It's an uphill battle.
It is an uphill battle.
But we're getting there slowly but surely.
Yeah.
Let us know if you guys have any questions or comments, and leave them in the comments down below. And if you liked the video, please make sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one.
And we appreciate you guys.